Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and I'm so happy that you've chosen to join me for this techniques video. Today we are looking at colouring embossing paste. So this is one card that I've made with this technique, and I'm going to make a different card for you today. And it's just where I've taken the embossing paste and I've coloured it to match the cardstock, so you've got that really nice tone on tone look. This one uses the Lift Me Up stamp set and coordinating dies, but the one I've got for you today uses the Happy Birthday Thinlit, and that's all I'm going to use along with the mask and the embossing paste, so it should be really fun. Shall we have a look? So we've got our Thinlit die, I've got a Wisteria Wonder card base and a matching mat, and if you want to know the measurements for all my card sizes, you can check my blog. Link is in the down bar below. I've got a new blog, have you noticed? It's so, I'm in love with it, absolutely love it. So I've got that and the die cut, which I've die cut out of gold foil, and I've already got the multi-purpose adhesive sheet on the back of it, so I can literally just peel and stick. I've got a Wisteria Wonder re-inker. I've got my jar of Stampin' Up embossing paste and 2 palette knives. I've got the mask that I'm going to use. I've got my silicone mat to mix on and a piece of scrap paper and my trusty baby wipes for clean up. So, shall we get started? It looks like a lot of stuff, but it's not really. So let's clear all this off so I can put my scrap paper down. I'm going to move my card base out of the way because I don't want it to get messy, because this technique is not the tidiest. Because we're using embossing paste, it has there's a bit of a knack to stop going. Yeah, my workspace as it is has a habit of becoming a bit of a mess. So I'm going to. You could tape down your cardstock and your mask. I'm going to brave it because I'm also not going to cover the whole thing this time. So, silicone mat down. I have one silicone mat. I have one side that's glue and one side that's embossing paste. So with my embossing paste side face up, I'm going to grab out some paste like that, and I'm going to add some re-inker. Now that's probably too much embossing paste for this card. It just is. I am not not worrying about it. It's not expensive. So I am going to pop 2 dollops of re-inker on. You don't want too much, otherwise it kind of stops. It makes the embossing paste too runny, and you won't get such a clear, crisp image using your mask. So this is still a masking technique. We have been looking at masking techniques now for about 5 weeks, something like that. This is the last masking technique video. I'm going to move on to some other fun techniques. I've got some ink blending and some things coming up before we start on Christmas projects. And I've got heaps of fun stuff coming to you for Christmas. So I'm going to just wipe off that palette knife, and I'm going to pick up this one. Now I use this one for actually spreading the embossing paste onto my mask, and the reason is this nice big flat edge is handy. So I'm going to pick up some of my paste and I'm literally just going to wipe it on, and I'm going to keep this one really quite nice and smooth in application. But when I did the clouds, you can see that it's got a rough texture, and I did that literally just by leaving the embossing paste quite thick. So if you leave the embossing paste like that and then take that mask away, you're going to end up with a much thicker embossing paste and a much kind of more what's the word I'm looking for? Dimensional image. So I think that will do. I'm going to take up my mask, and that leaves that. How cool is that? I'm going to just move that off to one side, dry a second, and I'm going to deal with all of this stuff that I have now got all over my desk, and I need quick clean up. So I'm going to grab out my baby wipes, I'm going to clean up, and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so you want to make sure that all that embossing paste is off of that mask, and there's two reasons for that. One is so that the mask will stay that shape. If you leave embossing paste and it dries, it might distort the image a little bit. But also, this is the second time I've done this, because the first time I did it I hadn't cleaned my mask properly and it still had blue on it. So that will be appearing on a card sometime soon, I hope, but I don't quite know when. It's not going to go to waste and I will keep it and love it. And then I just need to place this off to one side to dry, so that I can complete the rest of the card. Okay, so I left that to dry for about an hour and it's really well dry, and as you can see there are some spiky bits to this card and they are malleable but dry. So it's just a case of quickly finishing the card off. So I'm going to grab my fast fuse adhesive and add that to the back to add that onto my card base. I do love a tone on tone layer. I think that looks really cool. So when I die cut the Happy Birthday die, I put some multi-purpose adhesive sheet on the back first, and then you run the whole thing through your Big Shot so that you then have a self-adhesive die cut. But there is no way of, because it's all over the die, you don't always have a way of getting the adhesive sheet off. So what I have done is I have left a little edge along the bottom which won't stick, hasn't got any adhesive sheet on, in the hope that it'll help me peel it off. But I'm going to grab my paper piercer as well, just to help separate. There we go. And then I just need to peel all that off there. And it should take all of the kind of little bits with it as well, but it's always worth a quick double check of that. I'm going to stick that straight down onto there. How fab is that? I love those die cut sheets. And then I have got some metallic enamel dots in the gold colour. So they come in a pack of two. You get a sheet of gold and a sheet of silver. And I'm going to use the stars actually. I'm going to put a trio of stars on my card. And I've got to say, I never thought I'd use the stars very much, but apparently I've used the stars more than any other. And that is my technique for today of how to colour embossing paste. Thank you so much for joining me on this techniques video. I will be back next week with some more techniques. I'm trying to think what I've got planned. I can't remember. I've got that many videos to film today, I can't remember what I've got. But anything you've seen in this video you can purchase from my online store, link is in the down bar below, or you can find it via my blog, which is stampinbyhannah.co.uk. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.